A day in the life of a maid, and slid onto the oven floor with a wooden peel. The bread begins to bake, crackling, popping. The air grows rich with a smell that could wake the dead, or at least the baker's neighbors. Sure enough, the sound of footsteps arrives. Soft ones, early risers. Widow cheap, filling, bitter but sustaining. Others, with heavier purses, ask for the barley rounds or the spelt loaves made softer with goat milk and honey. The difference is visible in the afternoon. They do not want ceremony. They want sustenance. Thick crusts, soft centers, hearty loaves that soak up stew and fill bellies before dusk. As Thomas pulls the second batch from the oven, steam curls into the room like incense. Jacob helps with the peel. He is steadier now, more precise. Thomas nods in approval. Each loaf lands on the cooling table with a soft thump, one after another. The silence between the last customer's footsteps and the first owl's call, clearing the crumbs. Jacob is first to speak. Shall I scrape the bench? Thomas nods, too deep in thought to answer fully. Flour is swept from surfaces. Dough scraps are gathered to be fed to chickens or shaped into rough rolls for the household. Isolde rinses cloths in a bucket of water and hangs them near the stove to dry. This quiet work is not meaningless. It is care, a cleaning not just of space, but of spirit, a kind of closing prayer made in gestures, hoods low. They do not chatter. They do not linger. They trade cloth and eggs for bread. One woman, missing a glove, offers a carved with sticks, pretending they are bishops and saints. And from the baker's chimney, smoke rises like incense. The smell of honeyed bread mixes with the scent of damp earth and old wood. The village knows that smell. It means the feast is near. The bread of stories, as loaves cool on the wide oak shelf. Villagers begin arriving, not to buy but to talk. They speak of years when bread failed and years when it saved. Of winter days warmed by neighbors' crusts. Of the time old Gervais shared his last loaf and found his fortune the next day. Bread is never just bread here. It is memory. Some say Saint Therese once fed a widow for a month with only one round of barley. Is shorter than usual. Not because of rain, not because of routine, because today is holy. It is the festival of Saint Therese, the village's patron of mercy and bread. And for Thomas the baker, it is the most important baking day of the year, a day for flour and grace. The bells will toll at midday. Until then, the ovens must speak. Thomas is already downstairs before dawn. His apron is tied. His flour is sifted. His thoughts are with the dough. Every year, this day brings the same strange emotion. Not quite joy, not quite pressure. A blend of reverence and readiness. For on this day, the bread is not just food. It is offering. Blessed loaves and ritual dough. By the warm hearth, Isolde kneels over the mixing and light a candle first. Jacob hands a loaf to the priest, who blesses it and sets it beside the relics. For the hungry and those who bake to feed them, he says. Thomas does not smile, but his eyes soften. Evening gratitude. At dusk, The bakery is quiet again. Not far from their stall, another baker, Hugh from Northcroft, has a small table. His bread is less fine, but cheaper. Jacob notices the price signs. He undercuts us. Thomas shrugs. Let him. That's for pilgrims. Ours is for those who return. Thomas believes what matters isn't just the flour or the fire,